What's up, Internet? My name is Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
We are droids watching The Bad Batch Season 2, Episodes 7 and 8.
We're the smuggling droids.
We're the smuggling droids. Yes! Who got killed by the Jedi Gunji! Who I don't know if they're just gonna skip over. I don't know what's happening in this next episode. So let's get into it.
Never saw him again.
Yeah, I know, but the stormtroopers were like, we gotta tell headquarters about this. And so I'm like, oh no, did the Inquisitors know? I don't want them to.
Next video game, maybe?
Ooh, Gunji? I would play the hell out of a Gunji video game. You know what doesn't get annoying? Hours and hours and hours of Wookiee noises.
That's not true. You annoyed yourself with that
You
one.
You need to go back to the first year of Nerdy Nightly to know what that's about. If you want the full length reaction to these two videos, episodes 7 and 8, The Clone Conspiracy and Truth and Consequences, go over to patreon.com/nerdynightly because that's where we post those. But for now, let's get into episode 7.
I'm sorry, Slip. I can't stay silent any longer.
Let's go. This is really cool.
Gave him the chance to tell the Senate the truth before I did it myself.
Oh!
Well, that's a conundrum because all the clones look the exact same. So how do you find the one who's gonna tattle on you?
Signed, one of the clones. Good luck! There was a ship full of us, so you've got, a couple thousand. No, Slip, don't do it! No, Slip, don't do it!
Kate, stop.
I don't like the direction of this.
I need your help. Together we can...
Apparently, it's actually not that difficult to find the one clone in...
He must have signed it.
But even still, from that distance, how can you tell it's him?
Well, if Slip wasn't about to help before, he sure is now.
Yep.
Oh man, I love the clones. Let's go! What a maneuver! Oh shit.
See, now all he has to do is shave his beard and no one will ever know who it was.
To the perimeter!
He was just trying to do the right thing.
I know. What a dark theme for a kid's show to explore.
Yep. Who is it? I don't know.
It's an Inquisitor.
No. Not yet.
The mask shape was just similar.
Yeah. Not enough black, though. Too much gray.
That without the production of new clone troopers, we are vulnerable.
I love this design.
Shifting to a military of citizens swearing loyalty fundamentally goes against the principles of this body.
Let's go, Bale.
The Emperor, as always, trusts this delegation to act in the best interest of all galactic citizens.
Yeah, I bet he does.
These are soldiers who defended us, defended our worlds.
Yeah, they are.
After all they have sacrificed, you now wish to discard them, leave them with nothing. Is that how we repay them for their service? Is that what this empire stands for?
This feels very pointed. We really not gonna take care of our vets?
Nope.
America?
I am open to discussing any and all provisions you or the clones have in mind. If we work together, I am confident we can adequately address their concerns.
I mean, it's easier because he keeps killing them, so.
Yeah.
There's fewer clones to deal with. Hate that guy.
For your sake, Admiral, be certain there are no more surprises.
Like killing a clone in the middle of Coruscant?
You spent years fighting for us. Let me fight for you. Tell me how to help, and I will make sure Admiral Rampart's bill meets your needs.
Okay. I'm so nervous for her now. Like, I'm really scared for her.
Yeah, I know.
Admiral Rampart can't be trusted.
How would you make such an accusation?
I was there. Board his Venator.
If they were true, the Senate would know. Someone would have come forward.
Sure
The
you
Senate
would.
would know.
Clones who tried to speak up, or either reassigned, went missing.
Or shot in the streets.
Like 20 feet from here.
Yeah.
Be careful.
And then he slipped away.
Everything's fine.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Your
Everything's
tone
fine.
doesn't betray the truth
Everything's
at all.
fine. The
Everything's
room is
fine.
on fire around me, but it's fine.
He kept the speeder he stole that night?
Old.
Maybe it was his.
Maybe. But you would think that you would get rid of anything that was distinctive looking. Personally, but that's just me.
Oh no, slip.
It's Slip. I'm in some trouble. I've heard you can help me get out, but you have to hurry. I don't have much time.
Who could it be? Is it
Bad
the
Batch.
sisters? Cody? Oh, it might be Cody.
You expect the Empire to fund a new military and full pensions for millions of clone troopers.
Yeah.
But the murmurs of rising threats and insurgency are more than rumors. My priority is keeping the galaxy safe.
Source? Trust me, bro.
Prayers.
That caused the cities of Camino to fall. How is it that you survived?
I was taking part in a training exercise off-world.
You're the worst.
She's bold.
Don't tell him until you look into it outside of letting him know I'm on to you. God damn it. Now she's in so much danger.
I know.
Y'all, keep better secrets. I'm just... Was the guy shooting that clone Crosshair in a new, like, Secret Ops uniform?
Maybe.
No, his aim sucked. Crosshair's better than that.
That's, you know what? That's true. That's true.
I would have maybe thrown on a different outfit or a hat. Feel like, is that the senator?
Is that
In
do you
the
guys-
gold crown?
Huh. Interesting.
Senator Organa.
Daddy.
Keep an eye out. Be careful, Ryo. You may not be the only one looking for him.
This is some good Star Wars right here.
Yeah,
I'm digging this episode. Holy. I like anything where Bill shows up, but...
If she finds him, handle it.
The Senator as well.
Yes.
Cool. So it's not Crosshair, right?
Oh God, no.
But it's like
has
the
way better
anti-Crosshair?
aim. Yeah.
Crosshair's nemesis? Future nemesis? Or maybe it's the man who trained Crosshair.
Where are you?
I'm Edward. Heading tonight.
I think that's Cody.
Yeah.
Easy, trooper.
Senator?
Oh no.
His attack on Camino didn't just affect the cloning facilities.
Fuck, I'm nervous.
The evidence you want is aboard Rampart's ship. Check the bridge's command log. I saved a backup to the central system.
Damn it! Oh, this is so bad. He's got great aim!
Yeah. With like a handgun?
Running, like, just like not aiming shot? Like, he should train the stormtroopers, goddamn. Oh no, dude. Alright, Batman. Oh man, I want that series. I want like a vigilante superhero, like Batman on Coruscant series. That would be fun.
Do you imagine how effective the Survey Corps would be with all those buildings?
Not very effective. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this guy's definitely not Crosshair.
It might be, like, you know, the smoke. Oh, man, I'm tense right now.
Yep.
Come on, Cody. It's all up to you. Oh, shit! Yeah! Not Cody, but...
Captain Rex?
Yup.
I wanted him to testify before the Senate.
Someone was sent to make sure that would never happen.
A clone.
Is he, like, part droid?
No, why?
Some of, like, his arm pieces looked like they didn't have, like, actual, like, body parts inside of them.
He looked like a
and
clone
then he said
to
he's
me,
not a clone,
so
so...
I don't know. I'm confused.
Me too. Maybe he's one of the new things they're building on in the mountain. Oh, no, never mind. He does look like...
A couple of friends of mine own this garage. They're gone for a bit.
Hey! The sisters.
I believe,
Jesus Christ! Well, damn, Star Wars!
Okay. That
This
felt
is
like
a
long
two-parter.
episode.
It felt long?
Yeah, I
It was
don't know.
only 26 minutes. Yeah, 25 minutes. Yeah.
Not
a little
in
bit
like
longer than usual.
a bad way, but it just, I don't know. Like, there was, like, a lot in there.
Yeah. That was, like, between, like, the way they were handling the, like, stolen son coming home narrative in the Gunji episode and the way they're handling this. Season 2 of The Bad Batch is pretty... I mean, season 1 was pretty dark, but, like, this is a pretty mature season of television.
Yeah.
In a way that is...
Told through fun animation.
It's exciting.
It is.
Like,
Oh,
this is like the best of the Clone Wars. Just, like, really diving into... Yeah, the world is really dark.
Yeah.
And the Emperor makes everything worse. Holy shit, that was great. I'm excited to... The next episode's 31 minutes. The next episode's long, too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was, like... Yeah, yes. It's weird. Like, partway through, I was like, this is a kid's show. And I was like, interesting. Yeah, the themes of it are very dark, very mature. And even the political commentary, you know, like...
Yep.
Obviously, like, a 10-year-old is probably not going to realize that this is, you know, a pointed finger at, like, how the U.S. treats their veterans.
Yep.
Or I don't know, maybe there's smart kids out there. But, like...
Young Sheldon knows.
Yeah, oh, yeah. He's very much in the know. But, yeah, wow.
This season just is not playing its punches at all.
No.
And I am just very impressed by it. I think that this has been, especially the last 2 episodes, the Gunji episode and this, have been really, really, like, narratively driven towards making a statement about life after war in a way that is, and obviously doing that in a fascist society like the Emperor's. It's really interesting what they're doing, but it's heavy. It's heavy for a kid's show.
Yeah.
And, like, this episode ends with a clone, you know, biting down on essentially, like, the cyanide pill of whatever their society is. And it's heavy for a kid show. They're going all the way, and I'm enjoying it. Like, I'm really into it.
It's great, honestly, fantastic. Like the new character in the senator. I don't believe maybe she's in like something else, but I think you also said you liked her design, so I'm assuming she's new.
I don't remember if I've seen her before. I might have.
Anyways,
there's a lot of Star Wars characters, and I am not Alex Damon.
Fair enough. She was really fascinating. She's trying to do right and like admitting that like she doesn't know firsthand what the right thing is, right?
Yeah.
You know, going to talk to the clones and like opening herself up to this like very dangerous situation.
Well, and I love presenting her as, what do you need?
Yeah.
What like literally what do you need? And them being like, nothing. We just want to fight. And her being like, I can't do that for you. Like there isn't like a war to fight right now. And the insurgents might not be real, right? Like the problem is they live in this propaganda state where I think that even she's kind of realizing like, I don't even know if there's a actual fight. I think you are all buying into a fight that maybe exists, maybe doesn't.
Maybe, or Admiral Rampart. Yeah, or he's fucking paying off groups to like stir up some shit, make some noise. Like that's...
Yeah.
And that's how you get a bill like that passed. Oh, obviously we need more soldiers. Look at all the terrible things that I'm paying for to happen, so I get this bill passed.
Yep.
Like,
let's watch part 2. I feel like part 2 is gonna... I think this conversation is gonna be really informed by the second half of this 2-parter.
Absolutely.
Yeah, patrons, go to the next video. But for everybody else, stay here, because part 2, episode 8, Truth and Consequences, begins now. Meanwhile, in a place that's much less stressful than the last episode.
For now. Am I good, Jedi?
No, she's just chilling. She's doing her breathing exercises.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, a little yoga.
I don't enjoy solitude. I had enough of that on Skako Minor.
That's so dark.
What do you need, Rex? I'll explain everything when you get to Coruscant. Coruscant? That's a big ask, Captain. The Empire thinks we're dead. They won't be looking for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's... the problem is Rampart doesn't think that they're dead, but they don't know that yet.
Yeah.
Is he gonna ask them to break onto Rampart's ship and get the data? That's a pretty big mission.
Yup.
Ooh, they're still using Republic era. Interesting.
So.
These are the special clones I told you about.
Hello.
Rex, that is a child.
Inside, there's something I want you to see.
It's just gonna be the body of that
I was
clone.
like, yeah, the dead guy. Like, oh, yeah, okay.
Rex, that is a child.
He's an assassin. His identifying number's been wiped.
I was not aware that was possible.
Well, you better fucking step it up, Tech.
But there's another way to provide the Senate with the evidence of the Empire's crimes. The command log on Rampart's Venator.
Jesus Christ.
Lots of security, but I know a way in.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I'm glad it's not like, yeah, I need you to do this. Figure it out.
Yeah.
I can go with her and keep an eye out.
You can't enter the Senate district without an Imperial security clearance.
That will not be a problem.
No, this is good. They're not taking Omega into the more dangerous mission.
Yeah.
What exactly does a senator do?
We serve the galaxy. We act as the voice of the people.
But what does that mean?
It's a good question.
Senator Chuchi.
You seem surprised to see me, Admiral.
I'm glad he didn't recognize Omega.
Yeah. That would have been... Unless he did.
He maybe should have.
I've taken care of it. There's nothing else she can do.
Little does Rampart know. There are things that they can do.
The Senate gathers to discuss many pressing issues and legislation, where the future of the galaxy is decided, for better or worse.
It still is one of the best design choices that Star Wars made.
Yeah, it's fucking rad.
Like, the Senate room is so cool.
Yeah.
What does Bale want now?
What was that?
A droid, Omega. Fucking idiot. I'm such an asshole.
No, that was funny.
Some associates of mine are helping procure evidence of his attack on Kamino.
I just want one person to go, that is a child.
You should speak with, but her cooperation may not be forthcoming. Halle Bertoni.
Former senator for Kamino.
She was part of the Defense Finance Committee before being removed from office.
Do you know what her name's a reference to?
No. I do have a question, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In a world where, like, we have spaceships and that kind of thing, wouldn't there be, like, weather reports from planets?
Yes. They can fake them. Halliburton is a real...
Halle
No, Halliburtoni is named after Halliburton. It's a very on-the-nose real-world thing.
I don't know who that is.
Halliburton's a company that is responsible for the cement that failed in the deep water well that broke the oil crisis in the Gulf of Mexico.
Of course I did.
Did Admiral Rampart divert the funds?
You already know the answer.
Does Wrecker fit through that hole? Yep.
Wrecker, get to work on the hatch.
I'm guessing the ship isn't, like, on a Wi-Fi network, or...
No, unfortunately.
More and more of our brothers are waking up to what's been done to them. I can't turn my back on them.
God, I love Rex.
We're spread pretty thin. Help's hard to come by these days. Got it.
How much you want to bet Echo leaves the Bad Batch?
Echo, why?
Because he's the one who's been, like... Oh, my God. It's fortunate those stormtroopers didn't hear that. Because he's the one who's like, we need to do more, we need to be doing good, we're doing the wrong thing. And now, you know, Rex is telling him, like, help is hard to come by.
There's not enough cover.
I don't know if he's going to leave or if he's, like, going to be the one to convince Hunter to, like, the Bad Batch needs to join up, but...
Right. But it's tough because they have a responsibility to Omega.
Yeah, they have a kid. I don't know. That scene just seemed very pointed just now.
Yeah. And in a sense, like, Echo is the one who needs the Bad Batch the most, especially by that first scene with Omega about being alone.
He's also the one who isn't, like, really a member, right? Like, he's, like, he became a member, but isn't genetically a member the way everyone else is, right? I don't know. Echo and Rex ran together for a long time. I could see it. All right, let's go.
Reach. How much time will we have? Not much. Then let's make it quick.
All right. That tension from last episode, she's back.
Yeah, no kidding.
There's an unauthorized bridge activation on vessel VZ-114.
Do they have an escape plan?
Alpha 7. Onboard sentries, report to the bridge.
It doesn't even seem like they really had a plan to get on the ship. Like, Rex was like, I have a plan to get to the ship.
Yeah.
Some company. Wrecker, seal the door.
The controls are out of commission.
The one consistent thing in Star Wars is that works for some reason.
I know.
Expediting the file transfer as quickly as possible.
All right. Holy shit.
Hostiles confirmed on the bridge.
I mean, they're fucked now, right? Like, how could they possibly get out of this? What are those ships gonna do?
Deal with the air support.
We're back to we're gonna use stun rounds on the ones on the ground, but we are just killing any clone in the air.
Yeah, fuck those guys. Even though I'm not really sure what they would do except just bring like a reinforcement.
Oh! Why escape the ship when you can have the ship escape?
Yeah, just take it with you.
Security teams will be swarming this trench. We need an exit strategy.
Good one. We're going over them.
Over them?
Oh shit. Okay, this just got very exciting.
These escape pods are non-operational.
We only need them to eject. I can handle the rest.
This shouldn't be interesting.
It always is. Oh, send them all out. They don't know which one. Cool, cool, cool.
I was off by 6.4 meters. Not my best.
Tragic, truly.
Tragic.
Well, that went well.
I would have, you know, those 6.4 meters probably saved them, right? Because they're going to go to the ship first, and then they'll start fanning out from there.
Yeah.
I can't believe that worked.
Me too.
I can't believe it's not butter.
A formal investigation should clear things up. Unless you want to tell us now where those funds went.
To a mountain in the middle of nowhere. The Emperor does not want you looking into that.
Get this to Senator Chuchi. Hurry.
That is a child.
Yes.
I know I've said it a few times.
I assert that the Kaminoan cloning facilities were intentionally eliminated.
Ooh, she's very confident that they're going to succeed in their mission.
Senator O'Connor. Got it.
Oh, I hope it's right. I'm worried that it's going to have been messed with.
Evidence has come to light which must be considered.
Oh! Oh, they have video!
Oh, wow, okay.
Oh, shit!
I feel like
Good luck with that, Rampart!
I feel like Tech would have checked first. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
true. Well, that's one way to get Palpy out. Oh, shit, it's here! Oh, it's bad. Ooh, it's so bad.
I mean, if people think Biden's too old to be president, do you think people have an issue with him?
This unprovoked attack on Camino was a cowardly act by Admiral Rampart to further his own personal agenda.
Wait, how do you know that?
No, he's lying. To
Yeah,
protect
I know.
Palpatine.
Sure, but how the fuck did he know?
I was following orders.
He's just trying to cover it up.
I am deeply troubled by this recent revelation.
I'm sure you are.
Admiral Rampart will face the consequences for his treachery.
He's the only one that knows about the batch, though.
The fact that the clones under his command so blindly followed orders...
Damn it!
...gives me pause.
Ah, it's a brilliant move, Palpy.
It is time for a change.
I thought the point was to have soldiers that follow orders.
It is my opinion that this legislation is our future. Heralded by the Imperial Stormtrooper.
He's good. He's good at the being the bad guy. He's good at it. It's a manipulation.
But the point of the clones is that they obey orders. So they're asking for soldiers who are not going to obey orders?
We told the truth.
And he twisted it to his advantage. The fate of all the clones is now sealed. Because of us.
Wait, I thought she was fighting so that the bill included pensions for all the... Like, Admiral Rampart agreed to it.
I know, but that was Admiral Rampart's bill. So now that he's not there, his bill won't go through.
So they have to come up with a new bill. That's going to take a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, well... So it's going to be a really long time. The clones are fine for, like, a few years at least.
No, the decommissioning of the clones and the Clone Pension Act are separate.
Wherever you end up, remember what I said.
Oh, he is leaving.
Without us?
Best of luck, Echo.
No.
The clones will need our help now more than ever. I can't turn my back on them.
We need you too.
It's not forever. I'll be back. Keep up with your training while I'm gone, huh?
Oh, it's so sad. I even, like, predicted it.
Yeah.
And it still hurts.
Sir.
Keep an eye on them.
The quality of arc that Echo has had between the Clone Wars and this is insane. Like, the storytelling across the last 15 years of my life of this character and the, like, ups and downs he's had is, like, it's crazy how good it is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Omega.
They're so sad.
The Bad Batch keeps shrinking.
Yeah, true.
Damn, that was good. That was a good episode of TV.
Yeah.
And, like, a great use of the Emperor.
Yeah.
To just come in at the end of the episode and be like, no, you haven't figured me out yet. I'm still too smart for you with your treachery.
I still don't understand if that guy gets arrested, how his bill can get passed.
His bill's not the one that's not getting passed. His bill, so Rampart, I think the green frog looking alien, he put up a bill to, or some of the other senators put up a bill to institute a new, like, bring in new troops act. And then Rampart's bill Rampart was putting up a bill to create a pension for the clones.
It sounded like this was all Rampart's bill. You have to get your bill passed.
I think they're two separate bills, though. And so the one is going to get passed, but the pension one won't.
Why would they pass a bill of a guy who just got arrested?
Because Palpy said so. What Palpy says gets done. You know what I mean? He's emperor. The Senate is a bunch of puppets for for Palpatine.
That's dumb.
Yeah, that's why autocracies are a bad thing.
But so wait, so the Senate doesn't actually matter. It's just the Emperor who makes the decisions.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Oh, I thought that the Senate was still. I thought that the Senate still had to, like, vote on things to make them happen, but that the Emperor was more of, like, a figurehead, and Palpatine used it to, like, manipulate things from behind the scenes.
That is what he wants everyone to believe, yes. He allows it to appear that way so that everyone thinks that that is how it is working, even though that is not how it is functioning.
Okay.
He's the master manipulator. It's why he's, like, such an incredible villain, right? Is because he runs everything from the shadows.
There's just a lot of senators in there. Like, there's, like, hundreds of senators in there, and the fact that, like, only 2 of them are, like, have an inkling of what's going on.
No, there's more. It's just, for the sake of the show, we can't watch a 9-hour Senate meeting. So they're condensing it down to who's speaking in the moment.
No,
but, like,
it's
how
one of
many
those
more
things.
speaking parts do you want in the episode?
No, I'm just saying the clones are utterly convinced that this bill is going to pass, but if the Senate still has to vote on it, like, maybe it doesn't.
What do you mean?
Well, there's hundreds of people in that room.
I know, but the show's 22 minutes long. It doesn't have time to show everybody's point of view, right?
I guess, yeah.
Like, it just gets to a point where, like, they have to condense it somehow to make it viewable.
Sure, yeah.
Because if the show just becomes this bill, it would be more. One meeting about this bill in the Senate would be longer than all of the Bad Batch content we've had so far.
Yeah. And then it would be Andor, not a kid's show.
It wouldn't even be Andor. It would be one meeting. It would be 7-8 hours of people discussing.
It's not that I don't
like they're trying
not
to
necessarily the meeting. It just was like Palpatine said something, and it was immediately like, okay, so that's how it's gonna go. And I just was surprised. Like, I thought I didn't expect Palpatine just to come out and, like, say a thing and it become true because he said it. Like, I thought he wanted to be the behind the scenes guy.
He didn't make a declaration that makes it true. He came out and he voiced a manipulation of the moment that basically ensures more people are going to vote his way.
Okay, and so
the implication the show just didn't show the vote because the implication is there by both what he says and the text, the dialogue afterwards. But he's not like, he doesn't come out and say, like, this is law. He comes out and says, like, I think that this bill is our future, and because of this, and this, we're going to arrest Rampart on the floor, therefore you should trust me, and they do, and they vote his way. They just don't show the vote, because that would just take a lot of time, right?
Yeah.
And it's in the implication of he was ahead of us.
Yeah.
And also, it's a puppet government anyway. Like, he is manipulating. He's more than willing to threaten a senator's child to get them to vote the way that he wants, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, like, yeah, it is a Senate that makes decisions, but it isn't really.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Cool.
It's a sad episode.
It was fun. Like, the action sequence was great. Like, semi-launching the ship to escape it was fun. Like, all the action in the episode was really cool. Having the Batchman time with Rex was cool. I actually really liked the story of Rex and, like, Echo leaving with Rex. Like, I thought that was really... I get it, right? I think that maybe, like, you haven't seen all of Clone Wars, so, like, the relationship between those two characters doesn't mean anything to you.
Yeah.
But because of the journey I've seen Rex and Echo go on, and the mission to rescue him, and everything that goes into that bond those two have, I'm really not surprised by the direction of that.
Yeah.
And I thought it was well handled. I like the Senator Chuchi a lot. You know, I always love having Jimmy Smits, Bail Organa back. I actually don't know if he voices the character on the show, but it is his face, and his face makes me happy. So, you know, like, there's so much here that I really love the show. And season 2 is, like, been very adult and very willing to, like, but season 1 was too. Season 1 that first episode of season 1 was so dark. And I think the Bad Batch is just, like, they're telling a real deep story about what it's like to live under this kind of rule and this kind of system. And they're doing it in a way that doesn't pull punches.
Yeah.
And I just am loving it. Like, this show is so much better than I ever expected it to be.
Yeah.
Based on the kind of wacky way that Bad Batch is introduced in the Clone Wars season 7, right? They kind of are introduced as, look, it's the fun A-team in space kind of trope.
Yeah.
And then the show about them is like, look at how desperate and dire the galaxy is everywhere, and it's sad, and we're going to talk about, like, land back, and we're going to talk about, like, race relations, we're going to talk about, like, human rights and equal rights for all people, and
Veterans.
It's like telling this really deep story in a way that is just, like, every episode so effective. And there are the fun episodes. There is the tech race episode, and there is, you know, there are some, like, more of the fun poppy kind of things that are also a part of the show, and also part of the galaxy of Star Wars, right? But when they dive down deep, they get deep.
Yeah, well, and there's still an emotional undercurrent throughout all of it, even the funner, sillier episodes. So I think that they're doing a really good job with this.
I just don't see the rest of the season going back to that kind of vibe. No. I feel like things have now gotten a little bit dark, and the next 8 episodes, you know, that's the end of the first half of season 2, and I feel like this is the dark part of the soul moment for these characters. I don't know that it's going to get a lot lighter, because now the rest of the season is going to deal with all of the clones are getting decommissioned, and a lot of people are being conscripted into being stormtroopers. What does that look like for the galaxy? And I'm excited to see that. Like, I'm so curious to see where they're going here, because this was really cool. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
In a dark, not very fun way.
I'm still not really sure that I understand the advantage of having conscripted soldiers over clones.
Well,
if you conscript soldiers, they don't necessarily want to be there in the first place.
Well, the clones don't either, though, right?
A lot of the clones, all they want to do is serve.
Yeah, because they have chips in their head that are controlling them, but those chips backfire and then they cause problems.
Well, I'm just saying that the majority of the clone army still seems to want to fight for the Empire.
Yeah, but they're expensive, and they are a huge expense for the Empire, right? It's not cheap to clone them, and they age out fast because of their expedited aging.
I guess it just seems like one of those things where you would spend more money, but you would have soldiers who want to be there and will do whatever you say, as opposed to conscripted people.
Yeah. I mean, I think
just don't know.
I think that this is partially the problem of the stormtroopers not being clones. Like this is a storytelling issue of, we have to explain how we get from the clones to the stormtroopers, because the stormtroopers aren't clones. And I think that it's part of the narrative of getting there storytelling wise. That Star Wars is, you know, kind of reverse engineering reasons for these things, which happens in a lot of Star Wars storytelling, right? Like, oh, this is the truth, so the storytelling has to get us to that point, because but also, like, I just think that, like, from an expense and they don't really need an army, they need cops, right? Like, the Empire doesn't need a galactic army of soldiers. They need police officers. And like the worst kind of police officers, the most, like, authoritative fascist police officers. But they don't need, like, They don't need to be pumping out millions of soldiers. They need local denizens who are loyal to them, who are good enough with a blaster to be the authoritative boot on the local populations.
For me personally, conscription does not equal loyalty. And so that's that. I don't know. That's the part that it is weird to me. Like, if you force people into this, like, I feel like they're less likely to listen to you, to follow orders to a T, and to
that's fair.
Like, do what you want. I don't know.
I don't know either. I think that I think that cloning is a short-term solution to a problem that Palpatine is looking at long-term, right? Mm-hmm. A clone can serve for like 7-8 years, realistically. A soldier, a real person who's conscripted into the army, can serve for 40 years.
Right.
And so, yeah, you can recycle through clones constantly for the rest of the Empire's life. But that is, yes, in a 1-year span, the expense of the clones will get you better soldiers. But over a 50-year span, having to replace the soldiers every time they age out, and then having to, I don't think the Emperor could reasonably convince the galaxy to kill them as soon as they hit a certain age.
Oh, yeah, no.
So you end up in this situation where you're going to have millions and millions and millions of elderly clones who are dying off constantly. Mm-hmm. Like, that, it presents so many issues that normal humans don't. Now, there is the argument that you could use age-augmented clones for the next 18 years while you grow an army of non-age augmented clones who live a normal lifespan.
Yeah.
But then you're just going to have, you're just creating a new population of people.
Is there any other species in Star Wars who has a shortened lifespan? Because we know that there are a bunch that have elongated lifespans, but are there any species that live 15 years?
I mean, I'm sure there are. I'm not really aware of any. I'm more aware of the ones that live longer. I'm sure it's mostly I'll
ask Alex.
Alex, how long is the shortest lifespan of sentient species in Star Wars? Why do you ask?
Well, I just wondered, obviously there are a bunch of people who live human lifespans and longer, but I just wondered if just because we don't talk about it, if there is a significant portion of the galaxy that does not live 50 to 100 years.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't have an answer to that one. Yeah. These episodes are giving me a lot to think about. It's been interesting. Yeah. It's not what I expect from the animated Star Wars shows. Yeah. Clone Wars didn't do this as much. Clone Wars was dark, right? But Clone Wars didn't have the weight of... this show is really dealing with who are the good guys. Whereas because Clone Wars had Jedi at the center, who we knew to be the heroes of the story.
Yeah.
And that the bad guys were droids. Mm-hmm. For the most part, in the Clone Wars, they're fighting robots, right? They're fighting B1s. Who cares how many of those they kill? Whereas now, obviously the Bad Batch are using stuns unless you're in the sky, which they will shoot you out of the sky and you will die. But the storytelling here is more complicated because who the bad guys are is so much more complicated now.
Yeah.
And they can't just go around killing every enemy they fight. And so it is really interesting what they're playing with here, but it is also a lot harder for them to tell a story that is super kid friendly because of it.
Yeah.
And that has been interesting. I wonder how much enjoyment these episodes are bringing to an 8-year-old. As opposed to a 13, 14, 15-year-old who I think this is more suited for, right?
Yeah, I wonder.
But I'm enjoying it. I think this is great stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to get into the next episodes, which will come out on Saturday. So come back Saturday for more Bad Batch. That'll be episodes, 9 and 10? Yeah, 9 and 10 on Saturday. We'll see you there for that. There's going to be a lot on the channel this week, though, so keep coming back. We're starting Attack on... No. We're ending Attack on Titan Season 2. So come back Thursday will be the final episode of Attack on Titan Season 2. Before we start Attack on Titan Season 3 next week. We're watching so much animated stuff right now.
It's fun. It's a good time.
If you like this video, like and subscribe to the channel. If you don't, hit the dislike button. Leave mean comments down below because the algorithm god is hungry and we must feed her this episode that algorithm goddess is...
The senator.
Senator Chuchi.
Yeah.
You were a good person, and I'm glad you didn't die, because I was really scared that you were going to die.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. If you want to follow us around the internet, you can. I'm at Nerdy Nightly.
I'm at Claris Polaris.
And as always, y'all, do something nerdy tonight, and may the Force be with you.
Bye.
Bye.